Now we're going to go into a little bit of science today. We're really going to take a dive into quantum physics, which I think is time, it's a good time to do this. Because a lot of folks, again, you guys are moving at light speed you're moving, but it feels a little stagnant from time to time. Nothing is going wrong, it is all going right. You know, that is something we've been trained to believe, that when circumstances of contrast come into the vortex, we're doing something wrong, we're not doing this thing quick enough, we don't get it, we've been studying it, why isn't this changing, what is going on? There's a lot of thinking questions that come into the body temple, and that isn't wrong. It's third dimensional though. But I love the third dimension. It got you here and you're all stunning people. We're having conversations to get us to higher levels of consciousness, and we're going to start talking about what is consciousness, what is dimension, what is the quantum realm, what are we really talking about here. And today's conversation is going to be super fascinating. Okay, so remember, life is not happening to you. You've all heard this. Life is happening for you. Now that can come off quite offensive when there's 2, 3, 4 things that repeatedly aren't going in a way that we desire. It sounds a little offensive, especially when there's big stuff. I mean, spilling a cup of coffee is contrast. Getting a diagnosis is a different sensation of contrast. Quite frankly, they're the same. They're just frequencies. They're just frequencies. I think you guys know me well enough that when I say something that direct, I am not dismissing the emotions or the sensations that you have with the contrast that is in your vortex now. But we have to be with this differently, because today's conversation is going to maybe provoke some of you. Don't call me any names, but you can have skepticism and anger if you'd like. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to read to you, this is it. I saw this and I thought, oh, this is what we're doing. So somebody said this, and you tell me if you can figure out who said it. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all previous centuries of existence. Anybody know?
Stephen Hawking.
Good guesses. My good friend Nikola Tesla. Wonderful guy that we always call. He's always around here too, chit-chatting with us. So, and if you can be with the phrase 1 decade, what do I keep talking about? 10 years. 10 years. So, pretty cool. And this is his direct quote. So the 10 years that we're talking about, remember 2019 is the 3rd year in the decade that we're talking about. So what I'm saying to you very directly is, because you're being in your unique ways with this concept of non-physical, things are going to change for you. Now, we can either effort with that change, which I'm going to keep saying it, isn't wrong. You can continue to stay tethered to the 2, 3, 4 things that aren't going the way you anticipate or would like in this linear time-space continuum, and you're still not getting it wrong. I am here to remind you, you are in a space now, and you get to choose, where this doesn't have to be efforted anymore. When I say things, everything I say to you is quite deliberate. Go have fun. I'm not kidding. I mean, go have fun, regardless of what's going on in your life. Fun is a frequency. Gratitude, like Jen said in her reading, is a frequency. How do we be with this and impact the now moment? Because what we're talking about, you know, this non-physical, as we get into the quantum realm, one of the delusions that we are in is that there is time. There isn't. It's just now. It's now, it's now, it's now, it's now, it's now. This is already the past, so it's now. Now that's a tricky concept to be with, because we've been trained, not just in this lifetime that you're in right now, but for millennia, that there's this information, and then there's information, and then there's information, and there's a rotation, or there's an addition. So it gives us this sensation of movement, of time. And again, it's not wrong, but we have to expand our thinking with this.